We are playing Worst Date Wednesday, though, and this is a segment that we love, and we need you to get in on this. Tell us about your horrible, awkward, maybe funny first date, whatever it was. The first date went wrong, and then we're going to guess whether or not there's a second date. And the reason why we love this is because a lot of times you tell us how bad a first date was, and we're in here going, oh, there's no way.
Mm-hmm. Then you end up married.
We're married 15 years this week. You're like, whoa.
704-570-9595. Becca in Fort Mill, tell us about your date.
Okay, so I met this guy through a fellow coworker, and he and I were emailing each other back and forth for quite some time, and he suggested that we go out. Okay, so he was going to pick me up after work. No big deal. Picked me up. We were heading out, having a good time. And then he mentioned to me if I was engaged, and I looked puzzled at him because I forgot to take my engagement ring off. I was engaged at the time.
Oh.
So, yeah. Okay, we continued the date. We went out. We went to a movie. We had dinner. I ended up sleeping with him that night. And then he was taking me back to my house the next morning, where my fiancé was waiting there with a baseball bat, because he found out what was going on.
Told you the segment was fantastic.
You just openly admitted to cheating.
Well, I don't think they're together anymore, her and the fiance. I'm going to say that you are now with the new guy, and the worst date grew into a relationship.
We've been married 18 years.
Whoa.
We have questions.
I have
that we
So
to
many
ask.
questions.
I have a lot. Like, how did the fiance know? Why did you?
Why did the other guy continue the date after?
Yes.
You mean my husband?
Yeah.
So my husband and I continued to date each other only because you just know. You just know in your heart when it's right. And I had so many doubts about getting married to the other guy. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go out and I'm going to see if this is, am I really meant to get married? Do I have any guilt or remorse? And I had no guilt or remorse. But after I met my husband, and I'm like, no, this is the one I'm totally meant to. So this all happened about 6 weeks before I was supposed to walk down the aisle.
Oh, my God.
This is like an episode of War of the Roses.
I know. This is Worst Date Wednesday, not Worst Cheat Wednesday.
I totally get it, but you know what? The worst date ever also turned into be the best date, because my husband's car, my ex decided to completely trash his car. So, yeah. And he still kept dating me.
Wow. Okay. We told you.
Yeah.
This is fun listening to your stories. Thanks, Becca.
Is it bad I'm not even mad at the ex-husband?
Roy's sitting
the
here open
ex-fiance?
mouth.
That's a crazy story, man. And I want to know how he knew it was going on. The ex-husband knew.
Yeah.
Like, did he follow them that night?
Did
Right.
somebody call them and see them out? Because it didn't sound like she was hiding it at all. She had just forgotten to take off her engagement ring.
And my man drove up and dropped her off. Like, she didn't, like...
Right?
She
The
didn't
nerve.
find... Yeah, like...
Yeah, but I guess
she didn't find a ride.
But I guess if she's sitting there going, hey, you know what? I'm engaged, but only by law. Like, I'm getting out of
yeah,
this.
but I don't know.
Although she did go back home to the ex now.
The judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
Probably would have.
So fascinating.